What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Madden 21 rebuild I have for you guys here today. Today it's going to be of the Miami Dolphins, another fantasy style rebuild here. So anything can happen. We can trade whoever we want, get as many draft picks as possible. Now obviously that's way harder to do than it used to be, but still I try to get a couple draft picks, maybe even some players. But if you do end up enjoying this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could go ahead and hit that like button down below. And also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, and if you like watching Madden 21 franchise content, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button down below as well. But let's start going over the team. So the Dolphins have a really good team. They have a good young roster, right? So at quarterback we have Tua. Okay, he's a 75 overall. Not fantastic, but a lot of room to grow here, considering he's a rookie, hidden development trait. He should be fine for us this entire time. Usually rookie quarterbacks progress like really well, so I'm hoping Tua can do that here for us. The running back situation isn't fantastic. If I had to start one of these guys, it would certainly be Myles Gaskin, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather try to trade for a running back if possible. I will try that, but it might not be possible. Now, their receiving core is really solid. They have some good depth at this position. So they signed Will Fuller recently. Is he actually wearing number 3? Looks kind of sick, actually. Let me look this up quick. I don't know if this roster is completely accurate. Turns out he is going to wear number 3. All right, looks sick on him. But yeah, they signed him. He's very fast, 95 speed. Also really good catching. Only issues with him in the past have been mainly just injury concerns and stuff like that, but hopefully he can stay on the field here for the Dolphins in real life. Of course, he's going to in this rebuild because injuries are turned off. Devontae Parker then is the number 2 receiver. He's a really solid option as well. Getting a little bit old, but I can definitely keep him for the foreseeable future. I don't think I'm going to get rid of him anytime soon. And then they drafted Jaylen Waddle. Now, I gave him superstar development. I think it's fair that the first 3 receivers in this class should get superstar development. Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, Devontae Smith. I think those guys all deserve superstar development. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here with Jaylen Waddle. He has 96 speed, 98 acceleration in this roster. Ridiculous jumping, ridiculous agility. He's going to be a fantastic kick returner. I mean, it's a 77 somehow. What is ruining that? Maybe like awareness or something, or like ball carrier vision? No, that's an 87. The vision is. I don't know. But anyway, Jaylen Waddle is probably going to be our slot receiver. I'm hoping he can absolutely go off here with Tua. That would be fantastic. And maybe he can even progress into an X factor at some point. Now, the offensive line isn't too good. Nobody really stands out, honestly. I mean, we have Eichenberg. I think maybe that's how it's pronounced. Eichenberg, potentially, who they just drafted, 74 overall. I'm just going to leave him at normal development because I kind of feel like giving someone superstar is a lot, so I'm not going to change that many more developments on this team. So he's gonna stick with normal dev here. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this offensive line. It's not great. We have a couple young pieces, I guess, but for the most part, we definitely need some upgrades. We do have Mike Gesicki, though. Mike Gesicki is sick at tight end. 83 speed, 88 acceleration. He's very athletic. He can jump really high. He's a good player. Of course, he was great at Penn State. He's good now in the Dolphins as well. Love to see it. And then on the defensive side, we have a really, really good group of cornerbacks. One of the best groups of cornerbacks in the NFL for sure. Xavier Howard is a 90. He's already very good. He's a solid number 1 option. Byron Jones is super good. Superstar development, 88 overall. Then we have Jason McCourty, who's old for sure, but he's an 81 overall at the number 3. Then Justin Coleman is an 81 overall technically at the number 4. He's a solid slot cornerback here for us. If I need to play him in that role, I might eventually trade him, actually. I might even trade him this year. We'll figure it out. But then we have Nick Needham, who's not bad. He's a 74. And then I think they still have Noah Igbenogany somewhere. I don't know if he got released. I don't think he did. I don't remember reading anything about it, but I don't really follow much Dolphins news, I gotta say. But if Igbenogany is still here, he's like a 72, 73 or something. They have a really good group of cornerbacks. And then moving in to the rest of the secondary, we have Javon Holland, who they just selected. 71 overall for him in this roster. He's going to start for at least the first season. Eric Rowe, I don't really want on this team anymore. He's not too bad. He's an 81, 27 years old. He's just going to start to regress soon. I'd much rather have Brandon Jones play because he's still considered a rookie. And he has 82 hit power. Yeah, you're going to play strong safety for me. I'm probably going to try to trade Eric Rowe. I'm sure a team will have at least a little bit of interest in him. Maybe he can be the piece we need to get our running back. I don't know. I'd like to at least get a draft pick for him, though. Then moving down to the linebackers, Jerome Baker. One of the faster linebackers in the NFL, 89 speed for him. Super young, should go up in development trait. But Nardrick McKinney is the middle linebacker. And then Andrew Van Ginkel is the right outside linebacker. So, good group of linebackers there. Certainly not too bad. And then on the D-line, we have Emmanuel Ogbah rushing off his left edge. And then we have Jalen Phillips, another selection of theirs in this most recent draft. I gave him star development. It just says hidden, but I gave him star development. I was close to giving him superstar as well. The only reason I say that is because Jaylen Phillips is like super good. Of course, injury concerns are a lot of his concerns. Honestly, that's like the main thing with him, are his past injury issues and stuff like that. But like without those injury issues, he probably would have been like a top 10 pick in this draft. From what I've heard, I don't do much, college scouting or anything like that. I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. I'm kind of dumb. But from what I've heard around from people, Jaylen Phillips is like super good. He was super good. Stupid injuries kind of holding him back a little bit. That's why he only has star and not superstar. Just wanted to, point that out. Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis are the other two D linemen then. So, this team's pretty solid. I don't think we need to make that many moves. If we can get a solid running back and maybe like another offensive lineman in these first couple of seasons, I think this team might be set for the long run. And also, of course, if we can draft well. But it's me. We're always going to draft well. But let's go ahead and make a few trades if possible. Definitely want to try to get rid of Eric Rowe. Clayton Fejedelum's also kind of expensive. Maybe we can get rid of him. We actually have a lot of cap, though, because we don't have an expensive quarterback at the moment, so definitely have to take advantage of that. All right, so with the first trade here, we are getting rid of Albert Wilson, Allen Hurns, and Malcolm Brown for Brian O'Neill. All right, this next trade here, we're going back to the Vikings once again and giving them DJ Fluker, Jesse Davis, and Adam Butler for their third-round selection. All right, so we have our running back of the future, getting rid of Jacoby Brissett, Eric Rowe, and a second-round draft pick this year for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I still have to do a few other trades regarding first-round draft picks. I have to give the Texans back their selection because the Texans do have a first-round draft pick in 2022, and this is technically what year this is going to be, even though it's 2021 in the game. You know how it goes. And then also the Eagles own the Dolphins first-round draft pick, but then I think the Dolphins own the 49ers first-round draft pick. It's a bunch of weird stuff going on at the moment. All right, I think everything is good then for at least the first round selections. There might be a couple like later picks that aren't completely accurate, but the first round pick the Dolphins have should be the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so there's another trade going through here. I didn't think this would work at all. I was just throwing one out there to see if we could get Devin Bush, and Jason McCourty is enough. If I wasn't able to get Devin Bush, I was just going to get some random draft pick, but I'll certainly take Devin Bush. All right, so then this is going to be the team heading into the first season. We actually made a lot of moves. This team had more trade value than at least what I'm used to recently. I should definitely note this as well. My dog is sleeping next to me, and she's snoring very loudly. Okay, I apologize if you can hear her. But on the offense, we now have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We have a much better running back now. Hopefully he can develop for us. He usually develops really well in Madden just naturally on the Chiefs, and I hope we can kind of replicate that here. With him being on the Dolphins. We have a really good group of receivers. We have a better looking offensive line, technically, because Brian O'Neill is a decent bit better than DJ Fluker, because I think Fluker was a 74, and also Brian O'Neill is much younger. Of course, Mike Gesicki is still the tight end. And then defensively now, we have Devin Bush playing right outside linebacker. He's not really that big of an upgrade over Andrew Van Ginkel, but Van Ginkel is going to be regressing in like 2 years, which is very sad, because he's only 25. And I'd much rather have Devin Bush, who is 22. We will get far more production out of him, most likely. Also, Bernardrick McKinney is going to be regressing here shortly. And if anything, Devin Bush can probably move back to middle linebacker. So, like, Bush and Baker are going to be here the entire time, most likely. We're kind of just looking for some safeties, potentially, if these guys don't develop. And once we find a couple good safeties, or if these guys develop, this defense is in a pretty good spot, in my opinion. The cornerbacks are fine. The defensive linemen, again, kind of banking on a bit of development. But I think these guys will develop pretty well down here. Usually defensive linemen, in my experience, develop better than safeties do, but we'll kind of have to see how this one goes here. But anyway, there's the team. Let's advance now to the mid-season mark. We have a breakout quarterback, so this means Tua can go up in development trait, which would be massive. But at week 9, we are 3-5, not really doing too well, in last place in the division. The Patriots and Jets both have 5 wins. Kind of surprised to see the Jets up there, even though they drafted Zach Wilson. They're usually still pretty bad. But yeah, quick look at the development traits and stuff. Of course, Tua has star. Edwards-Helaire is still hidden, but I'm sure you guys all know what his development trait is by now. Also, Jaylen Phillips is going to be glitched out the whole season. It's just going to keep saying 0, but like I said before, he has star development. Now, we are most likely not going to get this development trait upgrade with Tua because he needs to do a lot. We need to win the game, first off. 325 total yards, 4 touchdowns. Almost no chance we do that. We probably won't even win, but let's advance just in case it can happen. And it won't happen. Okay, we got crushed. The team's not doing too well this season. Hopefully Tua is still playing well, though. Like, I really want him to develop this season if possible. But let's see who has to come back to the team. Now, Nick Needham is the top free agent. I'd like to see that because I'm probably not going to bring him back If I need a third corner, I still have Noah Igbenogany, or I can even draft somebody. So Nick Needham is not super needed at the moment. All right, so at the end of the season, we are not in the playoffs. All right, we finished 8-8. Not a horrible year, but definitely expected more. Tua had over 4,100 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Okay, he played really well. He could potentially be Rookie of the Year. I hope he is. Rushing-wise, Clyde Edwards-Helaire didn't really do much, like at all. He only had 3 touchdowns, 4 yards per carry. Maybe he's progressing, though, so maybe he can do just a little bit better next year. Jaylen Waddle went off this season, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. I will always take that. The offensive line, not super bad. I've definitely seen way worse with better O-lines before. I don't know. 92 tackles for Justin Coleman. We have 11 tackles for loss for Emmanuel Ogbah. 8 sacks for him as well, 3.5 only for Jalen Phillips. 3 picks for Byron Jones, 2 for Brandon Jones. 1 for Devin Bush, Xavier Howard, and Javon Holland. We are 19th in the NFL on offense. And defensively, we are 5th. Patrick Mahomes is unsurprisingly going to win MVP. Nobody from the Dolphins, but I do see Zach Wilson, which sucks a lot because he's probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year then. Patrick Mahomes is Offensive Player of the Year. Tua's at number 7. Zach Wilson's at number 6. I'm almost certain Zach Wilson's going to win it. Defensive Player of the Year is Von Miller. Offensive Rookie of the Year is actually Joe Burrow. Did I not see him on those lists? Oh, he was above Zach Wilson. I completely just looked right by him. Whatever. Regardless, Tua's at number 3. And Jaylen Waddle at number 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Kenneth Murray. Nobody from the Dolphins. All right, well, kind of a disappointing first season. I thought this team would actually play a lot better, but it is this division. Like, the Patriots run this division in Madden still. So it's kind of a tough one to win. But I was hoping maybe we could at least come in second. This would be an insane Super Bowl. The Patriots versus the Buccaneers. Could you imagine the storylines? And the Patriots win. Could you imagine the storylines after that, too? That would be absurd. All right, well, anyway, let's see who went up in development trait. Now, Jaylen Waddle could be an X Factor, and he absolutely is an X Factor. Okay. Yeah, he's going to be the best receiver on this team in no time. All right, well, Edwards-Helaire is up to an 86. I'll allow him to keep progressing. Tua's up to an 80 with a bit of confidence there. And then on the defense, Devin Bush is up in development trait. Proved to be a really good player to go out and trade for then. And I don't think anybody else is up in development trait at the moment. But honestly, that's fine. Got a couple guys up. Can't ask for much more than that, to be honest. Now let's hop into free agency. Really just looking for safeties. We could sign Marcus Williams, he's usually here. And maybe some more offensive linemen. But we have Chris Godwin, because of course we do. I don't really want to go after him because we have a really good group of receivers. I don't really need Chris Godwin. But Marcus Williams, like I said, I'm still going to go after him. He's a really big upgrade over Javon Holland, and Holland didn't go up in development trade or anything. If we can get him for cheap, this would be quite big. We're going to try to just barely outbid the Saints and see if we can get Malik Hooker on a cheap contract. 67 points. I will certainly offer that. We didn't hear back from either free agent yet. We are not going to get Marcus Williams, most likely. And we are not going to get Malik Hooker. Okay, I need one of these guys. I'm going to pursue Marcus Williams a bit more then. 102 points. Barely puts us above the Rams. I'm going to give him a bit more signing bonus. We'll go 104 points. Let's see if that's enough. We did not get Marcus Williams. All right. Actually, I thought I was going to get him. All right, so I'm definitely thinking about taking potentially back-to-back safeties here in the first 2 rounds. But we definitely need to trade up for one of them. I don't know where to trade up to, but I really want Emmett Colbert because he has an early first-round talent and he won the Heisman, so he probably has hidden development rate. Now we just have to figure out where we should move up to. I don't really want to move up to number 1 overall, but let me see if the Lions need a safety. All right, free safety is not one of their needs. They do have Trey Boston. He's all right. I think we can pretty safely simulate this one. I hope so, at least. And Devon Middleton, a left outside linebacker, goes number 1 overall. Okay, now the Colts. They have the number 2 overall pick. What is that? The Colts have a pretty good team. And their free safety is Julian Blackmon. Okay, so they should not take a safety either. I'm thinking that the Giants won't take one either because I'm pretty sure they have at least Logan Ryan starting, and he should be in the 80s somewhere. It does not say they need a safety. They do have Logan Ryan, who's an 83. So I think we can pretty safely simulate this one as well. And never mind. He went number 3 overall for some reason. Well, that's interesting. Regardless, I think we're just going to go with the safety. This guy's a mid-first round talent. Late first round talent, and mid first round talent. I think Steven Johnson looks like the best. So we're going to take him. He's a 74 and he has hidden development trait. Let's go. I will take that for sure. He's a really good player. Not the fastest, but it's fine. He's 6'3", good hit power, good acceleration, good zone coverage. Yeah, that guy's a beast. And then Javon Holland can stay at free safety. Steven Johnson can start at strong safety. That's fine by me. We have a couple more first-round talent players on the board. One of them is Brandon Elam, so let's go ahead and take him. He's a 72 with normal. With 90 speed, though. 89 acceleration. Okay, he could eventually start at middle linebacker for us. Kind of just going like best player available here. Devin Winslow. He might even start. He's a 72 with normal. 91 speed, 94 acceleration. He's not a bad slot corner. And I wouldn't mind getting rid of Justin Coleman right now to have that guy play. Next up is going to be a defensive tackle. Antoine Nash. 72 once again, 92 strength. That's like the whole reason why I took him, because I knew he was pretty strong. Now, I don't think he's going to play, because our defensive tackles are still pretty young and not bad. So I wouldn't mind having him just be the number 3 option. But this pick, we can certainly trade away. We don't need to take anybody here. Maybe we can land like a 4th, a 3rd for next year or something. It's looking like we're going to get a 4th, which is fine. I'll take a 4th round pick from the Raiders here. Now, these next few picks are probably going to be pretty uneventful. I'm just going to take some backups. We're going to get Montrell Clements, though. 70 overall. Another good defensive tackle to have. Actually, I think in the 6th round, we're going to take a fullback, and he's going to play probably the whole time, because he actually looks pretty sick. Chris Bridge. He's a 71. I can't tell how fast he is. I think it says 82 speed. He's actually pretty fast. 79 trucking. All right. That's not a bad fullback at all. Now we have one more draft pick in the 7th round here. Let's just take Darius Cooper. He's 65. He's actually not that bad. Decently fast. He's probably not going to really see the field like at all, though. So all things considered, I don't think this draft was too bad. I wish we could have traded up and gotten that free safety, but at least we have a player with hidden who is going to play safety, so it's not all bad. Let's definitely go out and check this free safety, though. He probably has Superstar X Factor, just based on my luck here. Okay. My mind is blown. This man has star development. I am very happy I didn't trade up for him, because we got a player who's like just as good at the end of the 1st round. That is nuts. Because look, okay, he's a 75. We got a 74 overall. He was supposed to be a mid-1st round talent, but there's a bunch of 74s. That's ridiculous. That worked out really poorly then for the Giants. They took a player who they don't need, who really isn't even all that good. He's probably not even going to start either. That was such a weird selection for them. Okay, I do want to see if I could potentially get another offensive lineman. Let me see if we can trade Justin Coleman. He's going to regress soon. I almost want to trade Benardrick McKinney and just start Brandon Elam right away. If I can get a stud O-lineman for these two guys, I will do this. Okay, so we're trading within the division here, but we are getting Shaq Mason, an 88 overall right guard. I think that's certainly worth it, because we have a replacement at middle linebacker. Now we just made the offense a lot better, and we also did not need Justin Coleman anymore. So I like this offense a lot more than what we just had. Honestly, not just the offense, the overall team I like a lot better. We're an 84, 85 offense, 83 defense. I'm just hoping that the offensive guys can take that next step forward. Now, Tua played well. Edwards-Helaire didn't. I'm hoping Helaire can just go off this next season. The receiving core is phenomenal. Jaylen Waddle is probably going to be like into the 90s after this season. We also don't need Ethan Carter on the team anymore. I'm sorry, bud, but you are going to get cut because we drafted a new fullback who's a 71. Okay. We have a better offensive line. We still have Mike Gesicki, 87 overall for him. We have a new starting middle linebacker now. Also a hidden development strong safety. And I think those are all of the changes on the defense. Now, we cleared up a little bit of cap. We got rid of some age. I think that trade worked out really well in our favor. I just noticed something when I was going through the depth chart to make sure everything was good. Jaylen Waddle has Wrecking Ball. This is not the superstar ability he probably should have, so we're going to go ahead and change that. I don't know which one is the best in like simulation. I'm just going to go with Rack 'em Up instead. Made way more sense to have that than it did to have Wrecking Ball for him. All right, are we doing better here at week 9? We are. We are 4-3. Tied with the Jets here. On top of the AFC East, and then 3-4 for the other two teams. So those divisions like super close. Now let's check out the development trait of the safety. He is star. Okay, well he's like just as good as the guy the Giants got. Works out for me then. I'm perfectly fine with that. All right, now who has to come back to the team? Mike Gesicki. I would like to give him a contract. He's still good. He's an 88 overall. Emmanuel Ogbah is interesting. He had a pretty good season for us last year, but I'm gonna see how he plays this season, because he's about to be 28. He's gonna regress. I don't know if I really want him on the team much longer. Brian O'Neill and Jerome Baker I want back though. Hunter Long I don't even think should be here. I forgot to edit his contract. That's kind of on me, but it's all right. I will bring back Mike Gesicki, Brian O'Neill, Jerome Baker, and then Hunter Long. Preston Williams is good, but we don't really need him. You know, the more I think about it, I think I will get Preston Williams back. Because if Devontae Parker starts regressing really badly, Preston Williams can just slide up and start. So we'll definitely do that. He might be close to an 80 soon as well. And Hunter Long will give him a contract. And then I think that is going to be it then. Matt Skira we can probably replace. He's not super good. He's only a 74. Yeah, I think the team's looking pretty decent then. Heading into this offseason. We should have a lot of money. All right, man. The end of this season here is going to be really important. Determining whether or not we make the playoffs. And we do make it, going 8-8. Every single team in this division went 8-8. What? that is so weird. Okay, well anyway. Tua had 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, playing incredibly well once again. Honestly, just doing a little bit better. Clyde Edwards-Helaire also doing a little bit better. Not by much, but still, it's an improvement. I'll take it. Jaylen Waddle was, again, just doing a little bit better. Like, the offense was just, like, the smallest bit better than we were last year. Mike Gesicki, 1,000 yards exactly. Will Fuller, almost 1,000 yards as well. The offensive line, honestly, actually a little bit worse. That's kind of sad. 102 tackles for Devin Bush and rookie Brandon Elam. We have 12 tackles for loss for Jalen Phillips. 7.5 sacks for him and Emmanuel Ogbah. We have 4 picks for rookie Steven Johnson. 4 for Byron Jones as well. 3 for Brandon Elam. 2 for Jerome Baker, Javon Holland, and Xavier Howard. And then 1 for Devin Bush and Devin Winslow. We were 12th in the NFL on offense. Defensively seemed pretty good once again. And never mind. We were 22nd. Aaron Rodgers is going to win MVP, but Tua at number 4. Love to see that. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tua. That's fantastic. Defensive Player of the Year is Owusu Koromora. We have Brandon Elam, though, at number 9. This could be a Defensive Rookie of the Year, then, for the man. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Cassidy Fox. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brandon Elam, followed by Steven Johnson. Then there's Devin Winslow and Antoine Nash. Okay, that was a really good season, then. We made the playoffs. The players should develop well also. I was going to say as well, but that would have sounded funny. And now we have to take on the Colts. We're in 86, so they are in 84. The Colts have a good team, though, even though they had, like, the 2nd overall pick or whatever last year. Let's advance by, see if we can take them down. And we can. All right, now we have to go up against the Chargers. 84 overall, but they're broken. At least they used to be, like, incredibly broken in Madden. Not sure about it anymore. And we're going to win that game, too. But now we have to take on the most broken team in this entire game, the Cleveland Browns. There's almost no chance we win this game, but it would be an absolute miracle. We do not win the game. The Eagles and the Browns make it into the Super Bowl. All right, so I'm hoping my Eagles can win. They probably won't. They're not good enough, I don't think. But they actually crushed the Browns. I'll take it, 38-17. Now, let's see, who's up in development trade? Tua might be up to superstar, and of course he is. Let's go, my dude. Looking sick out there. He's about to be an 88 with all that confidence. I don't think anyone else here is up, but it's fine. Tua going up in development is fantastic. And then defensively, the middle linebacker went up. Jalen Phillips went up. So did Jerome Baker, I think. Unless he went up last year and I didn't notice. That could be a possibility. Nope, he went up this year. Okay, Johnson did not go up. I'm kind of sad about that one. I thought he had a chance to. But okay, the team's looking quite nice now. And Emmanuel Ogbah is still a free agent. I'm going to see who's in free agency, and then I think we can at least get him back. I don't think he typically gets that many contracts. And we have $60 million. We have a lot of money. Von Miller is available. I would rather have Von Miller. I'll just slide him down to defensive end. Because then the options at the end are Emmanuel Ogbah or Jason Pierre-Paul. Now, I'm going to go after Von Miller. Give him a pretty big contract, but honestly, he is a beast on the D-line. Regardless of like what his overall or his age is, he is so good on the defensive line. I'm also going to give a really small contract to Nyheim Hines. We're going to get a good backup running back here, potentially. And then he's available. You always got to go after Tom Brady if he's there. We're going to give him a really small contract just to come back up Tua. Maybe Tua can mentor him, man. Make him into a Super Bowl winning quarterback or something, because he certainly needs that. We're going to land Tom Brady somehow. We're also going to land Von Miller. Okay, let me check out this other contract I gave to Nyheim Hines. We are still the only team bidding on him. I'd like him on the team. He'd add some value as our backup, like third down running back. Let's try to give him like 50-something points. This guy might be the most busted receiver I have ever seen. This man is 6'5" and ran a 4.32. He also has a 40-inch vertical. I think we trade up to take this guy, dude. We don't really need a receiver, but I've never seen a receiver this good before. Now, his overall might not be like that crazy, but just his athleticism is insane. That should not be possible. We still did not hear back yet from Nyheim Hines. Just accept the contract. Now the Steelers are giving you a contract. I don't want to give you that much money. You're just going to be a backup. I'll give you 73 points. If you happen to accept that, that's sick, but you probably won't. All right, so I don't think I'm going to trade up for that receiver anymore. I have another plan, and it doesn't really revolve around a receiver, but I need to see what that guy is looking like. Also, Nyheim Hines rejected. I figured he would. All right, so now we are in the draft. We have the 13th overall pick and like the 29th or something, whatever it is. Let me just see what this receiver is overall-wise. Also, Gordon George is going to be a pretty good player. Keith Carmichael, I think, won the Heisman. He's a 74 overall, but I need to see his stats, man. On the Raiders, too. Okay, well, anyway, now with pick number 13, here's a guy who skipped the combine. I didn't fully scout him, though. Another decent-looking receiver, 6'3" with 4.34 speed, or 4.37 speed. Why are these receivers so fast for being so big? I don't know, but we are going to be taking a defensive end. Now, this guy's just going to back up Von Miller, but maybe he can eventually start if Von Miller gets too old, and if he regresses or retires or something like that. So, Isaiah Blackshear, welcome to the team. 77 with normal. This guy is really good. 84 speed, 90 acceleration, good strength, good finesse moves. Not the best block shed, but that can certainly be worked on. He is a really good looking prospect. And I think here then, with our second first round pick, we are going to be taking a D-tackle. Jeremiah Sampson. Maybe this guy could have hidden. He doesn't have hidden, but he's a 73. We don't really badly need a D-tackle, but I just keep trying to take shots in case one of them has a hidden development trait. But in the second round here, I think I might take a receiver. There's a decent-looking first-round receiver left, I think. There's actually two more guys on my board who I should take, and I'm going to take John Norwood first. See if he's any good. He's a 73 with normal. Yeah, he's really not that bad at all. He might actually get some playing time then. A 58 overall quarterback. What a selection. Now, Greg Tomlinson, though, is going to be selected. 73 overall. Really good short route running. Good speed and acceleration. Good catching. Okay, that's a good receiver. Going to be a good depth receiver on this team for sure. Now, I don't think I have many players left on the draft board. We have one, and it's a 7th round left tackle. All right, I'm going to trade away at least one of these fourths. Let's just get 1 4th for next year. I'll take this with the Raiders. And then, actually, I think that was a 3rd next year. Whatever. I might have screwed up. I definitely did. Who cares? I'm not going to get much in the 3rd round next year either. But then in the 4th round here, I'm going to take a shot in the dark at somebody. A 7.6 combine grade running back? Sure. 69 overall. It's nice by me. All right, now, in the 5th round, I'm just going to take this 7th round tackle. It's going to be a reach, but I don't really care. I doubt he's going to be good, but, you know, you might as well. You might as well go with him. He's 64. That's sick. Okay, now let's just go to the end of the draft. I don't even really care about my players. Like, yeah, we got some good guys, whatever. I really, really care about this receiver. I'm not looking over at his speed yet. I don't want to know. Okay, so he's a 74 with hidden. 6'5" with 94 speed. 83 catching. Really bad deep route running, but hopefully that can get worked on. What is his development trait, though? This guy looks so insane. And he has star. Okay, that sucks that it's only star. But that should not be allowed. Like, you shouldn't be that big and that fast. That should literally not even be possible. But also, Keith Carmichael, he won the Heisman. And he has 91 speed, 82 tackling, 89 acceleration. He's just only bad at zone. Other than that, he's really good. Also, number 52 for the Ravens. They used to have a killer linebacker with that number. But, yeah, pretty good looking draft. I kind of wish I needed a middle linebacker or a receiver because I would have made a move for either of those guys, but it's okay. It's all good. We're chilling. Now, here's a look at the team heading into the next season, right? We're an 85 overall, 87 offense, 84 defense. This team's looking pretty good. On the offense, the only real weak spot is like our center, I guess. This was the guard we drafted, and I just moved him to center. Figured he can make the transition, at least in Madden. It'll work out. But also, we have Tom Brady backing up Tua. The best, like, holder in the NFL right now, probably, you know, for field goal kicks and whatnot. We have Tom Brady. It's pretty awesome. And then on the defensive side, we have Von Miller now playing left end. He should go off. Hopefully Jaylen Phillips can kind of like get a bit of that energy and potentially go off as well. We just have a good team, I think. I think this team's really well-rounded. They should play well. Hopefully they do better than 8-8. But if everybody in the division goes 8-8 again, I will delete my YouTube channel. Okay, that's That's what's gonna happen. All right, so the team's not looking too hot right now. We are 3-4. The Bills 6-2. They should take the division. 1-6 though for the Patriots. All right, but the team's still in a really good position. I don't know how they're playing this poorly. Like, I feel like they should definitely be over 500 by now. But Will Fuller is the top free agent. Jason Sanders is also a really good kicker. I should bring him back. Devin Bush I'd like. And it seems like that's it. Maybe our punter too. But just for now, bringing back Will Fuller, Jason Sanders, and Devin Bush. Yeah, so somehow this team did not make the postseason. We finished 7-9. You're telling me this team did the worst out of all of our teams so far? It makes no sense. Tua had another pretty good year. Really good yards, really good touchdowns, but then 17 picks is quite a bit. But I'll still take 39 touchdowns. That's pretty awesome. Edwards-Helaire just getting a little bit better once again, but still nothing crazy. I'm just waiting for him to break out, dude. He's a 90 overall. Like, do something, please. Oh my. Jaylen Waddle had 25 touchdowns? What? Nobody else on the team had more than 5? What a ridiculous distribution there. What are you talking about? Out of 39 touchdowns, Jaylen Waddle caught 25 of them. That should not be possible. Huh. Okay. That's the most lopsided receiving numbers I've ever seen. Now, I somehow didn't notice this as I was recording this video, but Jaylen Waddle broke the record for receiving touchdowns in a single season, which is, just casually doing that on a team that didn't even go over 500. Yeah, that makes sense. The offensive line was like, okay, I guess. 137 tackles for Elam. 19 tackles for loss for Jalen Phillips, and this is exactly why he moved Von Miller down to defensive end. He had 20 sacks. Sure, dude. And this team didn't do well. Xavier Howard, 3 picks. Javon Holland, 2. Devin Bush, Jerome Baker, Byron Jones, 1. 12th in the NFL in offense. Defense was 29th. Jaylen Waddle should be in the conversation for MVP, by the way. And he's not. Don't understand that. There's no way a player would put up 25 receiving touchdowns and not be in the top 10. But also, I just realized that Tua won it. Hang on a second. I was too worried about trying to find Jaylen Waddle, but Tua's the MVP. Even though he's had better seasons than this. This is a weird year. He's not going to be Offensive Player of the Year. That is going to Ryan Tannehill. Jaylen Waddle makes this list, though. Okay, I was going to say, he deserves to make one of these. Defensive Player of the Year is Miles Jack. Von Miller at number 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Daniel Howell, I guess, number 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Khalid Swain. That's a cool name. Isaiah Blackshear at number 8. All right, just wanted to make sure of one thing. Okay, just making sure Jaylen Waddle was the best receiver, because if he wasn't, I was going to riot. Okay, it would have been horrible. But let's see who's in the Super Bowl. The Bills and the Packers. Does Josh Allen win a Super Bowl? He does, 31-28. If Jaylen Waddle could go up in development trade, he certainly would once again. But Tua is up in development trade. Okay, if this team doesn't make the playoffs, I'm going to be absolutely livid, okay? This team looks really good. Did Von Miller retire? He did not. Okay, we still got Von Miller on the team. Jerome Baker's up. Devin Bush is up. And I think that's it. But okay, we're chilling. We might have to keep these same safeties again. I don't think the safeties are the reason like why we're not playing well, so I don't think it's a big deal. But I will definitely get Matthew Ioannidis. All right, so the third consecutive defensive player is going to be winning the Heisman. I love when that happens. It definitely happens way more often than, an offensive player winning it. This guy's name is Avery Bingham. He's a strong safety. Mid-first round projection. We might actually be able to land him at pick number 11. If he's there, we're definitely taking him. And he is not there. That's sad. All right, anybody I want with this pick? Probably not. Late first round talent. Late first round talent. Like, what do I want, dude? Maybe I could just trade for a safety with this pick instead. Unless there's like a really good offensive lineman, but I very much doubt that. Hang on a second. Jose Grimes looks pretty good. And then we also have Hayden Glass. He's a mid-second rounder. We might be able to land him in the second round. Most likely not, but I'm going to take Jose Grimes right now. 74th normal. He's actually a really good offensive lineman. Okay. Now, if this center is here in the second round, I'll take him. But if he's not, I might use this pick to trade away and try to get a safety. The center is not here. Okay, we're going to try to get a safety. All right, so we're getting a new free safety in Eddie Jackson. I was trying a couple other trades. Kept saying the teams would exceed the league salary cap, so we really couldn't do all that much. But Eddie Jackson's still very good for like another year or two, so this should be fine. We're also getting rid of Devontae Parker. He's down to an 83, still pretty expensive. And now we have Preston Williams, who can come in and be this team's number 3 receiver pretty easily. But now in the 3rd round, let's make another selection. Let's just take some random guy. Here's a receiver. We might not even start Preston Williams. We could start Deacon Bramble. I'm just going to take that receiver. That receiver looks pretty good. Actually, there's another receiver, Michael Bartell. Late 1st rounder, but Deacon Bramble's a mid 1st rounder. Let's take Bramble. He's not that good. Only a 72. Not a horrible selection, I guess. But he's probably not going to see the field. Take this cornerback, I guess. 69. I will always take that. My next pick is going to be a blind selection just because this guy has a good combine grade. Let's see if he's any good. He's the only player I put on my draft board. He is 68. He's not bad. Let's just go to the end of the draft here, though. These players aren't really going to be making much of an impact. Now let's check out the entire NFL. I want to see that strong safety. I'm really curious to see where he went. Also, yikes. What a pick by the Bills. A 61 overall left tackle. Oh my. The end of the 1st round. What a horrible selection. All right, well, the best player, there's 3. Quarterback, a defensive end, and a receiver. Okay. Now let's see this safety. Avery Bingham, 73 overall. Okay, let's see what his development trait is. He only has star. Dude, these Heisman winners have sucked. They've been really bad so far. All right, so this could potentially be the final season. Kind of just depends on how the year goes. But the team's an 87. 87 offense, 87 defense. Now, the weakest part of the offense here is definitely the offensive line. Even though, you know, Shaq Mason, Brian O'Neill, both good players. But the center and the left side here aren't that good. But they should be serviceable here. We have a rookie starting in Grimes. Hopefully he can develop a little bit. But the rest of the offense is insane. We have Tua at a 93, Edwards-Helaire's a 90, Jaylen Waddle's a 99, Mike Gesicki's a 91. The rest of the offense is incredibly good, and then the defense is just overall really solid. I think this side of the ball is perfectly fine. We should be able to make it into the postseason, but you never know what's going to happen here in Madden. Also, I'm just going to simulate straight to the end of the season. I'm going to deal with all the negotiations and whatnot at the end of the year if I decide to go another season. All right, so we made the postseason, and we are 11-5. Not bad at all. We finally win the division. 10-6 for the Bills, 8-8 for the Patriots, 5-11 for the Jets. Okay. Tua's going to have 4,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 12 picks. He's been consistently really solid this entire video so far. Clyde Edwards-Helaire really hasn't done that much. I don't know why he's not playing better than this. It's so weird to me. But Jaylen Waddle's been going off. I mean, obviously, he didn't top his season from last year because that was very hard to do. But Mike Gesicki, 9 touchdowns. Will Fuller gets 6. Blocking, pretty poor, but I don't know. The team played well, so I guess it's not all bad. Devin Winslow, 90 tackles, 12 tackles for loss for Jalen Phillips and Von Miller, 12.5 sacks for Miller, 7.5 for Phillips. We have 5 picks for Xavier Howard, 2 for Jerome Baker, Byron Jones, and Javon Holland, and then 1 for Devin Bush and Steven Johnson. We're 12th in the NFL on offense. Defensively, we were 13th. All right, so Russell Wilson's going to win MVP. Tua at number 6. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Patrick Mahomes. Tua at number 7, though. Defensive Player of the Year is CJ Mosley. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we're not going to have anybody in probably either of these. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, it's fine. We have 10,000 coach experience. I think I forgot to spend coach experience before the season began. Hate to see that, but, you know, whatever. It happens occasionally. We can just get a bunch of upgrades now. Might as well get the kicker and punter 1 too, because why not? But now we have to take on the Houston Texans. Let's go ahead and talk to Byron Jones and Von Miller and whatnot. So, like, the team's going to be maximized kind of on morale. Not exactly maximized, but Von Miller will be because he's going to retire. Okay? Good time to call this rebuild then, I think. Even if we lose this game, I'm probably still going to end it here. 89 overall for us, 85 overall for them. We should win this one. But it never really seems to work out that way. Yeah, okay. That's exactly what happened. I love this game. Let's just go to the Super Bowl. Then we're going to call this one here. The Browns make it once again, taking on another NFC East team. This time the Giants, though. 28-21. The Browns are going to win. Now, let's see who's up in development traits. I don't believe anybody here on the offense is. But then let's check out the defense. Xavier Howard is finally up in development trait. Jerome Baker, I think, might have went up as well. Or was he an X Factor last year? No, he went up to Superstar X Factor this year. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys are able to enjoy this one, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
When every step you take is do or die. When every